once in a while, a matchup will pop up on the schedule that is really exciting and maybe a little unexpectedly so. Tonight is one of those nights. The Toronto Raptors come to town with a pair of all-star guards sporting the 4th best record in the league and 2nd best in the Eastern Conference. Of course, the Spurs own the 2nd best record in the Western Conference and in all of the NBA for that matter. A battle of Goliaths await, whether you're aware of it or not. Let's get it on. Raptors and Spurs up next. Welcome to the AT&T Center and get ready for Spurs basketball. San Antonio hosting the Toronto Raptors tonight. Tonight's Spurs broadcast is brought to you by AT&T. The Spurs 27-7 after a loss at Atlanta. Meanwhile, the Raptors are wrapping up a 6-game road trip. They come in at 23-10. Hi everyone, I'm Bill Land along with my partner Sean Elliott. Thanks for joining us here tonight. We are excited about this matchup between the number 2 teams in the East and West that go head-to-head tonight. Could be an offensive show if you look at those numbers.
It really could be. Also, by the way, could be a finals preview. I know a lot of people are going to think that's crazy, but the Toronto Raptors last year played Cleveland pretty tightly, and they didn't have one of their key players for a majority of that series. They're a very good ball club. We have to be on our best tonight.
And there's no question where you focus on to start the ball game. That is on the duo of Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, both of them are excellent creators. Kyle Lowry is a terrific creator with screen and rolls. He can shoot the 3-ball. He can use that big body to get in the paint, Bill, and he can get physical with you. And DeMar DeRozan is an exceptional athlete at that 2-guard position. You've got to be extremely patient with him. If you're guarding him, you can't fall asleep, and he's definitely a high flyer.
Well, DeRozan gets 27 a game. You see Lowry at 22, the highest scoring duo in the NBA, but they've got other weapons.
Well, Valanciunas is an underrated big man. He was the guy who was missing for a majority of that Cleveland series. He's a beast on the inside. He rebounds the ball, he dunks everything near the rim, and you also have to keep your eye out for Terrence Ross. And let's also not forget about Corey Joseph coming back to San Antonio.
Yeah, and the key to this one for the Spurs on a bounce back after a tough night in Atlanta, what would you say?
You better bring the focus. You better get off to a good start. This is not a team you want to find yourself in a hole against. They can score and they can defend.
All right, we look forward to it this evening. And the Spurs and the Raptors, they'll get after it again in Toronto in about 3 weeks. LaMarcus Aldridge, speaking of getting after it, has been phenomenal. 27 in the loss with a double-double against Atlanta. You better have it ready to go tonight against these Raptors. More coming up in a moment. AT&T Center. Our Ford Fact gives you an idea of the impact that Pau Gasol has made in his first year as a Spur. Not only is he averaging 12 points and the team's leading rebounder at 8 per game, but how about this figure, the highest jump shot field goal percentage in the league? Pau Gasol, better than C.J. McCollum and J.J. Redick. That's some pretty special company. In fact, he's hitting threes at 46%. Pau will have his hands full tonight, though, with the talented Raptors. We've got it for you straight ahead on Fox Sports Southwest. Game of 2017, part of the schedule. San Antonio looking to bounce back following a loss at Atlanta, and the Raptors coming off a win at Los Angeles, enter at 23-10. Head coach Dwayne Casey, in his 6th year, they have improved victories in the regular season every season under his direction in the first 5. Starting lineup brought to you by Frost Bank. Damari Carroll, Valanciunas, DeRozan, Lowry, and Siakam, Pascal Siakam, a little-known rookie out of New Mexico State, provides them a little bit of a defense. Lowry, of course, is the sharpshooter, coming off a 41-point performance against the Lakers. Now, for your San Antonio Spurs, Frost Bank starting lineup for San Antonio. Hopefully Kawhi Leonard back at 100%, shaking that stomach illness. Aldridge with 27 the other night. Pau Gasol, Danny Green, and Tony Parker, a season-high 22 in the loss to the Hawks, should be ready to roll tonight. On McDonald's stat, showing the Spurs share the ball a little better. at 23.6 assists per game, 6th in the league. Toronto ranking number 19.7, and that sits at 27. But both teams very effective offensively. It just happens a little differently.
Well, DeRozan and Lowry make it happen for themselves more so that's why their assist numbers aren't quite up to the Spurs standards, but they're still very dangerous on the offensive end of the floor. They put up a lot of points.
And the Spurs turn it over on their first possession. And I guess there's a lot of things that somebody was asking Pop before the game about points of emphasis, and he goes, well, I think there's about 47 of them.
Yeah,
but
sure.
I would think somewhere near the top of his list is they've got to clean up their turnovers as this season progresses against these types of teams.
There's no question about it. You get away with it against the mediocre ball clubs, but a team like tonight that's coming in here, as you see, Siakam.
Pascal Siakam.
We're going to work on that one tonight. I already got my scouting report on him. My spies have told me he's Dennis Rodman reincarnated, but without the drama.
Averages 5 points a game as Parker gets to the rim for the floater to even up at 2 apiece. Last year, the two clubs split the two games, each winning on their home floor. The difference was the Spurs win here. There was no DeRozan or Lowry. They both rested. And Kawhi Leonard had a season high and a career high at that point, 33 in the game. Aldridge at 31 in that win. Gasol with a miss. Lowry comes down with a rebound.
Tough pass for Gasol to handle there. Kind of threw him out of his rhythm.
Siakam says hello to Pau Gasol. And the save by Parker to Kawhi Leonard through Pau. Yeah, I think he's feeling better.
I think he is. He looked awfully comfortable there. That was a preseason shot for Kawhi. He just looked well under control. Beautiful little ball fake. Kept his feet and drops them off with a nice 12-footer.
Leonard averaging 24 a game, 11th in the league. The Spurs on the turnover. Kawhi! Oh, nearly lost his footing and gets the bucket.
I don't have any idea why he was ball faking Kyle Lowry there. Just go ahead and throw it down in the face of the little guy.
Looked like he just slipped as he reached the basketball there, ready to go up. Lowry draws the foul inside on LaMarcus Aldridge.
He was not shooting. That was a pass. They're going to give him 2 shots. That looked to me like he was throwing it up to Valanciunas, who is a big-time dunker, by the way. Valanciunas, when he first, see, he's throwing that up there to the big guy to throw it down, and he's being rewarded with 2 free throws.
Would agree with you. Yep. Spurs don't get the break there, and Lowry, what a performance against the Lakers the other night with a season-high 41, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, 20 points in the fourth quarter of that game, in which he went 5 of 6 from the floor, hit all 3 of his threes, and 7 of 7 from the free throw line without a turnover.
Oh, you remember what he looked like in Houston, Bill?
Yes.
You know, he made a commitment to eating right and being in good shape, and just totally transformed his body from what it looked like in his early years in the NBA, and he's taken off.
2-time All-Star, and now listed at 6'1", 196. Danny Green, counted for a Tar Heel triple. Green, third in the league at 46% from deep, shooting a career best number, averaging 8 points a game.
Oh, they got caught napping there. Tony Parker just goes right down the middle of the paint, sucks on the defense, and you cannot leave Danny Green alone right now, not the way he's shooting it.
Both teams seem excited about this one, and the crowd has a little bit better buzz than you would see normally.
Maybe our fans are more informed. They know this is a good ball club here. This is no slouch. This is a mid-season test against a very good ball club that has a chance, an outside chance to be in the NBA Finals if they're healthy come, May or June.
Gasol to the line. Let's check in with Andrew Monaco.
Bill, Tony Parker was talking about getting into the paint at shoot-around this morning. He said, I love to create shots for myself, but also create shots for my teammates. Always going to be aggressive. My first thing is to drive, try to make stuff happen, and it's always a good start with a couple of teardrops.
No question about that as Gasol goes 1 of 2 from the line. Pau, 67% as he's now hit 25 of his last 31 for over 80% over the last 6+ games.
All right, we'll take that, especially from your bigs.
DeRozan on the switch has Parker.
He's a terrific one-on-one player.
Kawhi with a rebound. 8:55 to go first quarter. Spurs with a 10-4 lead. Aldridge. All night long from LA, averaging 17 a game. In the last 4 games, he's shooting 75%.
Yeah, let me pull up a chair and have Tony Parker spoon feed me. Just shove it all in the mouth. I'm gonna eat as much as I can here because that's as easy as it gets. We might have had a chance to make this one, Bill. Look how wide open he is. Not a soul around him. Nice setup from Tony.
Maybe you.
Tony Parker's coming off this screen, and he starts to cheat out. And what happens, Tony Parker goes left, and when he does that, the entire paint is free. And right here, you freeze it. Look at it, all the red jerseys around Tony Parker and not a soul around Mr. Green in the corner, all by himself. A mistake early on by the Toronto Raptors and Danny Green and Tony Parker making them pay, and that's your HEB inside the game.
Spurs have hit 5 of 6 and keyed a 6-0 run here. Toronto 1 of 6 in the early going. DeRozan tries to improve on that and does, knocking it down to make it a 12-6 ball game.
You know, these guys are percentage-wise or statistically, they're higher scorers than anybody else in this league. I can't say they're the best scoring duo, though, because even though they're consistent, you see LA imposing his will in the low block. They're explosive, but you look at Lowry's game, his season-high 41. With the Warriors, with Steph Curry, with Klay Thompson, with, of course, Kevin Durant, Bill, those guys are capable of putting up just astounding numbers on you. We saw Klay Thompson with the 60 in 29 minutes earlier this year. I don't think these two guys are capable of doing that, but they are still terrific scorers.
DeRozan got off to an absolute ridiculous start this season, where he was leading the league in scoring. He misses the floater here. In fact, the first 9 games, he averaged 34 a game, and he led them in scoring in every one of those games. And the first player to start a season with 5 straight 30-point games since Michael Jordan in '86.
Yeah, but you know what happens? See, LA just overwhelming the defense once again. I've heard a lot of great things about the rookie, but to guard LA in the low block one-on-one, that's a little much.
That's a challenge.
Yes, it is.
And hopefully turns into a learning experience.
And LA should be smelling fresh meat out there.
DeRozan knocks down the jumper, makes it a 16 or an 18-8 ball game. I should say.
That was a hole. Danny Green got held by DeMarre Carroll, and that impeded his progress. Otherwise, he gets an easier look at it.
DeRozan blocked by Powell. Loose one. Here's Parker. He's got Kawhi. Back to Gasol for 2.
Heads up play there by Kawhi Leonard. Well under control in the open court. Well executed 3-on-1 there.
DeMarre Carroll with the basketball. And they mishandle it right in front of Dwayne Casey in tight quarters. The official right in the middle of it.
We're not going to see that little hand to the back from Mr. Parker.
Never saw it.
Yeah, no, didn't see it myself. Just imagined it.
Parker going back to Aldridge.
Just put the rookie in the chamber.
See it come. Forces it back outside. Kawhi Leonard for 3. The Claw shooting 39% from deep. It's his 61st long ball of the year.
It's nice to see our guys have come to play. After that early turnover, they've been pretty sharp.
Valanciunas out front. Off to Lowry. Over Green.
That was a great contest there from Danny.
Oh, hard rebound. Too hot to handle for Powell. And the shot won't go for Carroll. And Aldridge chases it down. Here's Parker. Manu loosening up on the sideline for the Spurs. Parker's pass a little off the mark, and as a result, Carroll will get a dunk.
I think Powell started to slide down the middle of the paint. If he just held his position after that initial screen at the top of the key, he was going to get a wide open jumper. He took himself out of position that time.
Gasol. No, Aldridge. And a loose ball foul as LaMarcus trying to pull it down, gets hammered.
Even that one there by Gasol, he's got to stay a little bit outside. Here's Kawhi working. No rotation whatsoever. You got to rotate defensively on that one. You see DeRozan trying to help in, step in and double team, and then get back to Kawhi Leonard. That's not going to be good enough. Kawhi's going to get threes all night long off that type of defensive rotation or non-rotation.
Ginobili in for Green. Leonard. Feel it! As Kawhi bangs another triple. He was 1 of 6 from deep against Atlanta. He obviously is feeling much better tonight. He's in double figs with 10.
He's been able to shake the rust off. That's a terrific start from Kawhi.
On the drive.
Foul with the block.
Yes, another one as Carroll is denied. Here comes Parker.
Oh, back. Oh, you got a little guy in the house. Oh, there's a good switch there.
He's still on Aldridge. No chance there as LA powers it up and in. Dwayne Casey really prides himself on defense, not happy with what he's seeing.
No, I think the big was slow to get back. I'm not sure we're going to have to take a look at that one to see how you had such a gross mismatch underneath. Lowry was caught underneath the basket the entire possession. There was no way for him to get back out in front of Tony Parker. First he was caught on Pau Gasol. Now he's caught on LA. And LA just way too big for Lowry in the low block. There's Lowry caught on Pau Gasol in the low block, and then they get a switch. That's a good switch there, but he's still caught on another big. Pau Gasol recognizes it, and he's overwhelmed at the rim.
Good recognition there for the Spurs, and Leonard and Aldridge are 8 for 8. They're each 4 for 4. Kawhi's got a pair of threes, thus he has 10 points, and Aldridge has 8.
Oh, on Military Appreciation Night, we're making some smart decisions early on. It's nice to see.
The 20 points per game plus 10 rebounds per game. LaMarcus Aldridge in his career averaging 21 and 10. You see some pretty good names that he's involved with, along with Shaq and Malone and people like that. So Aldridge off to a great start here with 3 rebounds to go with those 8 points and a couple of assists as well. DeRozan nearly lost it as Kawhi all over him.
Well, I was just getting to earlier when you talked about DeRozan's hot start. You know what that does, Bill? It zeroes all the defenders in on you as he's got to work like crazy just to get that shot off. Nice up and under on Kawhi Leonard. But, you know, now when you start scoring the ball, you better believe that all defenders are going to circle the calendar because they want to prove something by shutting you down. So he's getting everybody's best shot.
Leonard. Oh, no! Kawhi from about 29 and 30 that time. Good grief.
That was from New Braunfels.
He's got 13. Corey Joseph, a former Spur to the miss. Kawhi says, I'll take that. Throws it away from the Dara. Manu to David Lee. Aldridge in the paint. Gets it right back.
No. Right at the top of the key is Kawhi Leonard. He's made 3 threes already in this quarter. Don't overthink it. Give it right back to him. He gets the kind bounce there. Kawhi Leonard was wide open for yet another 3-ball on that possession.
There were too many good options.
You might be right.
Ross with the miss. Patty Mills with the rebound. Flips to Manu. Back to Mills. Aldridge against Valanciunas. Rattles out. Joseph for the rebound. Inside 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Spurs by 17. Largest of the night. They've hit 12 of 16 shots. 75%. Ross off the iron. Lee to Manu to Mills. Leonard on the drive. Spurs in a slump. They missed 2 in a row.
Yeah, I was about to say. That was Kawhi just forcing the shot up there because he's feeling it.
Joseph. What a pass. Valanciunas, though, got tied up as David Lee was all over it. You mentioned him. His hands are phenomenal. David Lee right there.
Yeah, David Lee doing a great job playing position defense, not allowing an easy dunk from Valanciunas. If there's no one there in the paint area, then it's an easy one. Tony Parker, look at him just surveying the situation, find LA all by himself wide open. Then LaMarcus getting it done against the rookie, not once, but twice.
On the 10th, make sure you're part of the fun.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, he had 30-something last night.
He was playing well against us till he got into the foul trouble in Milwaukee.
And you mentioned before about how long they are defensively.
They're the tallest team in the NBA.
Problems they create are plenty. Manu swings it. Pau Gasol. Jonathan Simmons with 10 on the shot clock, looking for an opening. Mills back to Simmons, 6 on the clock, spins! What a move by Simmons, finally taken away by Valanciunas.
It was a nice move, however, I like him shooting the ball from the perimeter. He's just got to be ready and, anticipate when the pass is coming his direction so he's ready to shoot.
DeRozan is fouled by Pau Gasol and will go to the free throw line.
That was going to be Coleman Pau Gasol's first personal, first in the last 2 minutes.
Speaking of Simmons, here's Andrew Monaco, a little bit more on Jonathan Simmons.
Bill, James Borrego was talking about Simmons. He said, I thought this was interesting. The game is slowing down for Jonathan. He's allowing his athleticism to be a major factor for us, getting to the rim, making plays, shooting the open corner three, and then playing that high-level defense. He said all the work that he's done in the summer, all the work that he's done in the D-League have been big for him, and he said we trust him every single night.
Yeah, that's important. The game is slowing down for him. And, when you're out there and you're a rookie or first-year player, second-year player, everything's moving so quickly. You're in a rush. Coaches constantly tell you, slow down. You don't have to go 100 miles an hour every time you're out there on the court. But it's hard to figure out until the game really starts to slow down and you feel like you're a part of it.
You can tell the trust with Simmons is much more ready this year than it was a year ago. Pau Gasol couldn't power that one up in, and Raptors bring it back. Raptors average 112 a game, third in the NBA. And stymied early here, DeRozan misses, and they're shooting 5 of 20. 25%, while the Spurs are at 63%.
Our guys are doing a great job moving the ball. They're defending. They're forcing some tough shots.
Simmons with 9 on the shot clock. Inside a minute, he lost the handle, and the turnover gives it back to the Raptors. And one. Let's see here. Raptors want it to count.
Well, not if you put it down on the floor. That was hard to tell. Well, he stepped up trying to draw the charge.
Listen for the whistle.
No, that's going to be close.
Basket will be scored.
They're counting it, but they won't look at it on the replay. Will Kennedy with the headset on, visiting with the folks in Secaucus.
Very well could be good. I mean, he didn't, but he's got a foot inside the three-point line, so it's only a 2. So yeah, as soon as you hear the whistle, he picks it up and he throws it up there.
And we're told the basket was good all along. They were checking to see if it was a 2 or a 3, and obviously it was a 2. But the Spurs lead trimmed from what was 17 down to 13, and DeRozan misses here. Simmons with a rebound. DeRozan does everything well, including 84% from the free throw line. Couldn't get that one to go. Eddie Mills to Manu. Blocked. Ross comes away with it.
Nogueira got a piece of that one. He was in excellent help position.
Ross off the bounce misses the 3. Patty Mills, smallest guy on the floor, comes up with a rebound. Mills, an outstanding year, averaging nearly 11 a game. Just 5 against Atlanta. The Spurs three-point leader in makes for 65 coming in. 8 on the shot clock for Patty to David Lee. Weaves his way, has it fall short, and DeRozan brings it back. 5 seconds to go. Good defense, better offense.
Yeah, that's what it was. A solid D there from Jonathan Simmons, and there's DeRozan showing some of his talent.
The last 6 go to Toronto here. Still a strong quarter for the Spurs, leading at 29-18 after 1. By the silver and black, and as a result, an 11-point lead after 1 here at the AT&T Center. We're talking about sharing the ball. Look at that bottom line tonight. 9 assists on the Spurs, 12 field goals, and Toronto with 7 buckets, but none assisted.
Yeah, that's a lot of one-on-one right now. There might be the first one.
Oh, Dedmon says no to Nogueira, but a foul is called.
Oh,
Dwayne Dedmon, he has a beef there, that's for sure. That's outstanding effort to come across there, and he gets a whole lot of ball. See, that's just the officials being the little guys taking it out on the bigs, Bill. That's all it is. They were big, they were 7-footers out there, 6'10". They'd have appreciated that defensive play a whole lot more.
And also, besides Nogueira in the ball game, the Raptors have the rookie out of Utah, Jakob Poeltl, 7-foot, 248-pounder, number 42. And that's who Dedmon's matched up with.
Saw him play a lot of games in the Pac-12 for Utah, and coming out after his second year, I believe, after his sophomore season. He's going to be a project. He's got skill and talent. He's got to get a lot stronger, a lot more explosive.
Ross with a turnaround jumper. And 8-0 run now on the part of Toronto.
That's what I'm talking about with Ross and Lowry and DeRozan. Those guys can flat out score.
Manu can't knock down the triple. Lowry, Nogueira says thank you, but couldn't finish. And there may be what you're talking about with a strength for Poeltl.
Yeah.
The Spurs just out-muscled him for the rebound.
That's right. He's in great position there.
David Lee off the island. The Spurs, at that red-hot start, have missed their last 5 or 6. And Lowry with it. Long rebound to Mills. They are 0 for 4 from deep. Spurs 4 of 5 from 3. Knocked away. It'll go back to San Antonio.
That's a tough pass. That's such a hard pass for a big man to handle. Dedmon's on a dead sprint. And to put a bounce pass on the money so it pops up right into his hands where he can handle it, that's one probably I would, as a player, I'd probably pass on that. Just take the shot myself.
Simmons. Got the bucket. Jonathan averaging 6 a game was scoreless against Atlanta after having 19 against Portland in the last home game. Joseph. Oops. Whoa, Corey. Misconnection there with Nogueira.
We thought the big fella was going to continue to roll to the basket.
Nogueira, third year out of Brazil, 24 years old, 7-footer. Originally drafted by Boston in 2013.
Part of the All-NBA Hair Club with Elfrid Payton.
Who's the captain?
Well, right now, Elfrid Payton is the captain.
Yes, no doubt.
Nogueira is definitely a starter.
Timeout for the Spurs after the jumper. He was good by Ross, who's got 5 now, hitting the 3. And making it 31-23. Spurs lead trimmed to 8.
Jonathan Simmons working off a little screen, finds himself with a free throw line jumper. Can't pass that one up.
These two Aussies thought I was giving them a sales pitch, but none was needed. They were going, oh, we knew we were coming to the U.S. We were coming to San Antonio. We want guys, and I'm about in tears just being in the building.
Hollowed ground.
And sometimes we take a little bit for granted how lucky we are to have such a great facility.
We do. Get out of here.
Well, we don't.
Yeah, we do. Of course we do.
We sure do. And it's great to see so many people involved in the Spurs family. Inbound to Leonard. 9:40 to go in the half. Kawhi got off to a terrific first quarter start. Gives it up here to LA, who also has been strong. 5 on the clock. Double team comes. Good day, mate. Oh, the Aussies will love that are in the house.
Yeah, he's making one for the Aussies. Well, hopefully he's got 4 or 5 left in him. I was just about to comment on that possession that Kawhi had Corey Joseph on him. Go teach him a lesson in the low block, but I like the results.
Simmons with a block and comes up with a basketball.
There's Jonathan Simmons blocking a 7-footer.
Leonard Loose one comes right back to Kawhi. Aldridge says, wait a minute.
Why not?
I can make these.
He can make them. No one's around him.
46% on the year. I guess he can.
Oh, who's going to be mad at him? Especially when he hits the bottom like that.
The Spurs are 6 of 9 from deep in the lead at 14. Lowry.
Solid defense by Dwayne.
And then Mills nearly away from Pirtle. And a foul is called.
You know, that ball was in little man's territory.
If it's at the ankles, anything's allowed, right?
Yes. It's anybody's ball there. That's anybody's ball. And, you know, the littles already at a disadvantage. They're not catching the balls at the rim. You got to give them the ones down low. They get a chance for those first.
Ross has got it going now. He got his 7th point in the night. 3 of 6 from the floor, 3 rebounds. Mills draws the foul on Kyle Lowry. First foul of the night on Lowry. Lowry start off with Memphis, the number 24 pick in the 06 draft. A couple years in Houston before landing in Toronto in his 5th year, and he has found a home north of the border. And Mills fouled before, and it will be Lucas Nogueira picks up his first. Spurs will inbounds with 8:13 remaining here, second quarter. Simmons has Leonard.
That's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about a possession ago. Don't bail him out. Don't bail him out. Work him over.
He spots Mills. Ross gives it up to Corey Joseph. Over Kawhi. Pirtle on the follow is fouled. And it's on Jonathan Simmons.
Pirtle getting inside position there at that time. As he gets older and stronger, he's going to be able to finish off those plays. He's got nice hands, solid touch. As you see LA getting a wide open 3-ball there. That's one that he just can't pass up.
So Pirtle, who is the first Austrian in the NBA. Sean was talking about 2 years at Utah, just 21 years old, averaging 2.5 points a game. Has struggled at the line, coming in 10 of 19 as he misses the first one here. DeRozan back for Joseph. Simmons comes out as the Spurs with Parker, Green, Leonard, Aldridge, and Dedmon on the floor now.
You have kind of a 3-headed monster out there in Ross, DeRozan, and Lowry. 3 guys you have to be aware of where they're at all times.
Pirtle makes it 37-26 as Tony Parker brings it up. Green to LA. Aldridge with 11 points. Taking it to him, and Nogueira got a piece of it and knocks it away.
Tough matchup. Nogueira's not a pushover in the low block. He's got some length.
Parker on DeRozan now.
That might be one matchup, Bill, where you just want to drag the big fella outside the paint and shoot jumpers on him as opposed to trying to back him down.
Tony brings it back with 7:12 on the clock here. Out to Aldridge.
Oh, he took that first one, and you're wide open.
Leonard. And the foul on Pirtle. Third team foul now for Toronto. Spurs have cooled off considerably, 15 of 30 from the floor, but 6 of 10 from 3. While the Raptors are 31% overall, 1 of 5 from 3. Dedmon twists and scores!
Wow. Well, we've seen a few reverse layups like that from Dwayne this year. Does a nice job using that rim to protect his shot. That was a nifty little reverse layup.
And the Spurs with 13 assists on 16 field goals. Ross way out there. Rebound off to Kawhi Leonard. Spurs leading scorer on the night with 13 points. Gets his 4th rebound. From 17, short. Dedmon retrieves. Parker right back to Aldridge.
This is where you can overwhelm him with your strength. You can bully him.
Oh, Green tried to go back inside to LA with a no look, and it's picked off by the Raptors.
I just tried to shortcut it. He had Tony Parker open at the top of the key.
Lowry making it 39-28 as Kyle Lowry. His first field goal, 4 points on the night. Lowry, 10th in the league in scoring at 22 points per ball game. Tony Parker to the rim.
He just blew right past Pirtle. Our big fella didn't see that one coming.
.534 remaining.
Oh, look at LA.
Takes it right away from DeRozan. Parker in the paint. Vintage TP!
How about the defense from LaMarcus Aldridge on the guard? And you hardly ever see that. A big man just knocked it right out of DeRozan's hands, and then Tony Parker comes back. No one steps up to stop him. Finds that little floater in the lane.
Our trivia tonight, LeBron James and Dirk Nowitzki, 2 of 4 active players to lead their current franchises in scoring. Name the other 2. You got an answer? Tweet it at me or at Bill Land. And a lucky winner. Oh, no gift, a shout out tonight. Sorry, we're going to cheap on you this evening. But we'll slobber all over you, so get after it, all right? Bucket is good, and the Raptors make it a 13-point game. And DeRozan with 14 now on 6 of 13 shooting.
That was a solid world-class move there from DeMar DeRozan. Little Euro step, kiss off the glass, up 1 foot. Made it look easy. It was anything but.
Foul the other way.
There's Rosen. They're forcing him toward that left side. It's a little Euro step, and he gets that ball over the top of Blaine Dedmon. It's not easy.
Leonard, 9 on the shot clock.
Kawhi's looking for that foul there, and I love exactly what he did there. Didn't bail out the little guy, just got physical with him. Well, take a look at it. That's one of those ones where, hey, we're not calling the foul, we'll just give you the ball back.
LaMarcus Aldridge on the inbounds, count it! And LA continues his red-hot shooting. 6 of 8 for 13. He and Leonard 13 each. DeRozan the floater for 2.
That's the second time he's used that screen. Just able to rub off Kawhi Leonard, and then he scores over the top of our big man. That's 2 times in a row.
Danny Green off to Aldridge, 9 on the shot clock. Leonard posting up on Ross. Oh, what a pass, and Dedmon misses a dunk and is fouled.
I love running the offense through Kawhi Leonard in the low block. He's going to make these types of decisions, Bill, and he's not going to bail these guys out with fadeaway jump shots. He's just going to get physical and overwhelm them with his size. Keep throwing him the ball in the low block.
And Dedmon swishes the first free throw, 69% on the year. Another one coming up for Dwayne. Rebound, bounces into the hands of Valanciunas. And Lowry brings it back. They've led by DeRozan 16, but he's been the big gun. Ross was 7 off the bench. Lowry's been held to 4 so far. That one lost control, and look out here. Wow, with a step.
Kawhi just smells opportunities. And that ball is kicked off somebody's foot and right into the hands of Danny Green, and everybody on the court has a chance to respond. And the pass is away. Kawhi Leonard is way out ahead of the field.
DeRozan. Siakam couldn't finish that, and the Spurs Green to Parker. Oh my, kick out. Corral toes the line. Yes! What a play! Well, there's your Twilight coming from Tony Parker.
That was a masterpiece from Tony.
Place going crazy. Lowry guarded by Parker. 8 on the shot clock. Over Aldridge. Good grief. Danny Green giving it up. Parker again. Leonard signaling for it.
Wide open.
Too late on the pass.
Second on the floor.
Leonard is hit 4 of 5 from 3. Look at how this one's set up on our AT&T connection to the game.
Tony Parker, they just tried to stop him early. He gets nifty behind the back, finds Kawhi all by himself. Look at his red jersey in sight as he's letting that one fly. You can't stop Tony Parker near half court. You got to retreat to the paint. Otherwise, he's going to do this. Welcome back. Time for a window of opportunity. And all you have to do is watch Kawhi Leonard because he just has great anticipation. There's a steal right there. Freeze it. Look at this. I mean, every player has a chance. He's equal right now with the guy he's defending. But at the end of this play, it's no contest. He's so far out ahead of the field. He just smells it. He smells blood. When there's an opportunity to score off a steal or a deflection, Kawhi Leonard out there lead the field.
And Leonard and Aldridge combining for 31. Parker to Aldridge, back to Kawhi. Not another one. Yes! And Leonard absolutely unstoppable. Knocking down the jumper. He's 5 of 6 now from 3, and the Spurs lead it by 22.
He looks like right now, he looks like he looked in preseason. Like it's just a stroll in the park for him, just casual.
It's almost like he's mad that he was ill, so he's now taking it out on the Raptors since he's healthy again. As Valanciunas, the follow-up to slow the momentum just a bit. 1:50 remaining in the half. Spurs by 20. Parker in the paint. Aldridge off the iron, and Gasol got pushed underneath on the loose ball foul. Siakam having trouble contending with him. DeRozan also, and they'll whistle that on. Siakam gets called for the foul.
Kawhi Leonard just taking his time there and knocking down a huge 3-ball.
And Leonard with 5 threes has matched his season best he had at Portland a couple weeks ago. And then his career best is 7 threes at Memphis last season back in December of 15. Manu comes in for Leonard, who takes his seat with 21 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 8 of 11 shooting. After a night in Atlanta where he hit the 1 3 that was huge in overtime to help the Spurs come back and tie the game. But that was the only one he hit. He was 1 of 6, and overall was 3 of 12 shooting, and obviously showing the effects of the illness.
He looks fresh tonight, that's for sure. Looks like he's trying to make up for that night in Atlanta. But you can only win 1 game here tonight. You can't win 2. But he's acting like he wants to win 2 for 1.
Corey Joseph making it 56-37 as Joseph, his first points of the night on a 3. Aldridge a tap on the rebound. Here comes Joseph again. Right into the teeth of the defense.
He went right at Danny Green there. Used his off arm to protect himself. It's a nice little kiss off the glass.
56-39. Powell inside a minute. 10 on the shot clock. Aldridge. 7. And LA, that nice touch on the sweeping hook. 58-39, and Aldridge with 15.
That looked like a Timmy Duncan running hook, except prettier.
Valanciunas the rebound. Nope, went right between his legs. Carroll, the follow-up is good.
DeMarre Carroll is a scrapper. Probably their top defender, and he can shoot the 3-ball as well. Really came to life a couple years ago in Atlanta.
Aldridge again, nothing but the bottom for LA. He is 8 for 11 and has 17 points. He and Leonard both 8 for 11.
That's just a remarkable shooting right there. You're 16 of 22 between 2 guys. I mean, boy, you just give them, either one of those guys the ball every single time down.
39 points on 22 shots from Aldridge and Leonard. Second foul called here on LA. And speaking of that, let's go back and look at the offense.
Tony Parker just sucks in LA's man once again, and there's no rotation. The Raptors, just falling asleep on the defensive end there. I mean, somebody on the weak side, you can see the guards, they're just staying at home. You've got to come over and rotate and at least force an extra pass.
Tony with 7 of the Spurs' 18 assists now on their 24 field goals, and Parker gets a breather from Pop with 6 seconds to go. The inbound, DeRozan looking for Carroll, looking for anybody right now. He gets it right back, and he's got Dedmon on him. Oh, Jonathan Simmons. Just a hair late for Simmons, but he did the job defensively, helping out Dwayne Dedmon.
Yes, he did. And Dwayne doesn't need a lot of help on the perimeter, but it's nice to know that you got to have another guy who's got your back. And nice turnover there to end this first half. Our guys playing some solid ball on both ends of the court.
Holding Toronto to 41, lead it by 19. Rick Renner warming up for you. 41-23 second quarter to give them a 19-point spread here as the second half about to begin. Let's check in with Andrew Monaco and see what Coach James Borrego offered.
Talk with JV James Borrego. He was thrilled at the 5 turnovers by the Spurs. He says Toronto thrives on turnovers, and that's a way that they can get back in the game. So protect the basketball in the second half. He also said you got to take the threes away from Kyle Lowry. That 3 ball by Lowry can get Toronto back in. 2 things to look for in the second half, guys.
We'll keep an eye on that. Thank you, Andrew, as DeRozan tries to go to Valanciunas. Double team. Back out. Lowry moves in quickly. Oh, in the backcourt. No. Saved by Lowry. 3 seconds. Wow. In time, a buzzer beater from Kyle Lowry.
Wow. Oh, what a shot. That's making some lemonade right there.
Serious. As Lowry, a big boost to him as well after going 1 of 5 in the first half and missing all 4 of his threes. Makes the most impressive shot of the night for him. Powell hesitated a bit before he throws it up. Rebound to Carroll. Here comes Lowry.
Be careful how you start this third quarter. Don't come out too lackadaisical and give the lead away.
Valanciunas blocked by Powell. Got a little assist from Aldridge, and then they turn her over. And a foul as Aldridge, a little casual, getting it out to Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah. A little slow coming out of the locker room.
Third personal, first team.
Oh, yeah, that's not going to count. If they're going to review it. Did they call for a review on that? Oh, they did. Okay,
they did, yeah.
Oh, good. We'll take those 2 points off the board. Why don't we make that one 41 right now? I'll do that for you, for you folks at home.
Technical wizardry.
Yeah.
He just made the free throw. It's 42.
Darn it. Well, 2's a lot harder on this telestrator. Yeah, it didn't quite. And then I got to change it again.
Well, and you can only go to 10 unless you take your socks and shoes off.
Yeah, that's not
so
working.
You're really in trouble there.
Yeah, telestrator doesn't like those little curves in that small space.
So 60-45 for the moment. What we expect that to be 43.
It's that slight hesitation by Powell there to throw him off. Go ahead, let the ball fly.
Lowry kicks it out. Nogueira blocked by Leonard. The Claws saw that coming, and then another prayer gets answered, this time from DeRozan.
Well, thankfully the first one didn't count. That would have been 2 in a row.
Parker on the drive, and he is fouled.
There's a great block there from Kawhi Leonard. Sneaking in behind, and once again, we can't come up with the ball. Just a step slow. And DeRozan gets a gift.
Parker, 6 points, 7 assists, couple rebounds in the first half, and Tony literally doing whatever's required of a guy that's 34 in his 16th year in the league. Needed scoring, the other night with Leonard still a little bit under the weather. Season best 22. The last 3 games, he's averaged 20 and shot 55%. Tonight, everybody's back. Everybody's feeling good. He's been more of an assist guy.
Yeah, he likes it that way, I'm sure, especially this late in his career.
Carroll drains the 3.
Carroll showing off a very smooth stroke. Trying to work it off the screen, catches it, and lets it fly like he's a 2-guard.
Carroll, 9 points on the night. Parker, back to Aldridge. And up and in from L.A.
Oh, Bill Kennedy letting the Toronto Raptors bench have it. They wanted it traveling on Tony Parker's re-catch of that pass. I'm not sure if it got deflected or not. DeRozan's starting to heat up.
Yeah, he's got 20 and 9 of 16 shooting. In the win in Toronto last year, he was huge down the stretch when they beat the Spurs up there. 97-94, he had 28 points in that game. Parker, knocks it down.
That's not one you see Tony normally take. Boy, can you shoot that big fella?
You can, but not make them. As Nogueira airmailed it, but they come up with a basketball, and then the foul is called on Danny Green.
First personal, second team. Mark Carroll from line shooting 2.
Carroll with a miss here.
Into the Spurs, Monojopley for Danny Green.
Well, he just got a little bit more work to do, Bill. He closes his corner off in style. Oh, that's down.
Yep.
You try to expand your lead this quarter, and you hold the fort down for the first half of the fourth, and your starters are off the floor, and you get the youngsters in here to clean up the mess, and that's always a good time.
Foul is called before the shot.
It's going to be coming around
Once again, that's a tough cookie to back down right there. And Nogueira, that's one where you can step outside and drop off some jumpers with him. I don't know how far he wants to come outside of the paint. That's a hold.
And that is the call. As Nogueira picks up his second and third back-to-back. Spurs will get it again on the side.
But now you go at him. Saddle the big fella with some foul trouble.
Parker to the bucket. Aldridge the follow, and the first one's good.
Oh, the goaltend.
Yep.
I like it. Toronto a little frustrated. And, again, you keep it on them, Bill, because they've been on the road for so long. The 6th road game in a row. They're very anxious to get home.
Yeah, they left Toronto on the 22nd for a game in Utah on December 23rd as Aldridge the rebound and up to Parker. They went home briefly for Christmas. Tony Parker, count that one? No, clean block. As Lowry comes away with a loose one and a foul called on Leonard. But they went back to Toronto from Salt Lake City on a red-eye flight, if you will, and got in the wee hours on Christmas Eve, and then left Christmas Day for Portland. And they have played, this is their 6th game of the trip. They're coming off a win against the Lakers. Prior to that, they lost to the Warriors, and the Phoenix Suns got them 2 on this trip. As Lowry misses.
That's the one that hurts them on the trip. And if you look at them and the type of team they are, there are 2 games out of the road trip where you could expect to lose. That would be here and at Golden State. Dropping that one at Phoenix is a disappointment.
Leonard is fouled by DeRozan.
It's going to be Conor DeRozan, his second personal, 4th team.
And that should be a 3. Bill Kennedy said he's going to look at it real quick.
Yeah. Kawhi is well behind the 3-point line. We'll save some time, Bill. Just look right over here.
Yeah.
Right over here. We'll save it. There we go.
He did. Yeah. So it is a 3, and Leonard 3 free throws as Kawhi, first trip to the line tonight. 21 points for Leonard. And Leonard on the year, 92% from the stripe, 3rd in the league, 5th in steals, 11th in scoring. And Kawhi and Aldridge combining for 42 points now. Kawhi with 23 and Aldridge 19. Parker a dozen. And the Spurs getting 20 assists on 27 field goals.
Oh, wow.
They average just under 24 a game.
Now about 3 rhythm shots from the free throw line for Kawhi, who's already red hot.
DeRozan in the paint.
Wow, he's got that move down. Seen that more than a few times tonight.
You'd say so. 22 for DeMar DeRozan out of Southern Cal. As DeRozan, 6th in the league in scoring at 27 plus.
He's hyped up after that game last night against Penn State. Did you see that?
Yes. Wow, what a comeback for Southern Cal. It's like Penn State had that one sewn up.
Ready to turn off the TV.
One of the few good games as far as the bowl games. First foul on Carroll as Leonard goes to the line. Arizona still playing football?
Something like it.
Just checking.
Wasn't a very good year for them this year, but they'll be back.
The Cats struggled a bit.
Yeah, they did.
One more coming up here for Kawhi with a 72. Make it 72-55 as Leonard, 25 points. Spurs are 10 of 13 from the line. They're the best free throw team in the league at 82%. Toronto's number 3 at 81%. And they're 8 of 11 tonight. Here's Lowry. Valanciunas to DeRozan, a little bit off the mark.
They almost threw it out of bounds.
3 seconds.
DeRozan. He's got his ridiculously smooth jump shot. He makes it look easy there.
As DeRozan making it 72-57.
He's definitely come a long ways as a player.
Was that your popcorn they were cleaning up out there from halftime? Oh, okay.
Giving away all your
food secrets.
I was chowing on something.
Yeah. 10th Twizzler of the night. Here's Tony Parker for 3. Boy, does he have it going on. 15 points, 2 rebounds, 8 assists.
Oh, he's on that LA and Kawhi train right now. Guys that can't miss.
Valanciunas against Gasol. Went up strong, too strong, and Powell couldn't wrestle the loose one, but it comes off to the Spurs anyway. Manu back to Parker. Valanciunas recovers with a loose one. DeRozan. Lowry for 3. Rebound to Powell. Lowry is 0 of 6 from deep now. They are 3 of 14. Aldridge.
I like the effort though. Oh, he's not going to give it up. He was determined to score there in the low block. I like it.
Loose one knocked away and a loose ball foul. And take a look as we get a timeout at Tony Parker.
Well, LA was double teamed. He sets the double team there, and Kyle Lowry, no hand up, no contest on Mr. Parker, and he makes him pay.
Just picked up 2 points during the break. That Lowry shot clock buzzer beater is disallowed, and 2 more points taken off of Toronto. Our Geico standings, you see Toronto coming in just 3 games back of Cleveland, 3.5 up on Boston, and Chicago, the number 8 team there. Over in the West, Sacramento still sitting at 8. The Spurs 2.5 behind the Warriors. Houston won again last night to stay just a game back to the Spurs, and the Clippers finally came up with a W, but they have been struggling without Chris Paul.
Yeah, Houston's going to finish with a gaudy record now because they can score, and there's so many right now mediocre teams in this league that they're going to clean up.
Manu punched it out to Mills. Patty looking for help.
Give him room to operate.
He's got Lowry on it.
Yeah, exactly. It's not that hard to figure out.
Patty delivers, runs away. Leonard to Manu, and he draws the foul. Anybody ball fake better than Manu Ginobili over the years?
No, I mean, you know, that one was subtle, and that gets the defensive jump. He really commits. He gets guys to bite on it.
Yeah, and he's got different, like you say, almost different styles. One subtle, some he raises the leg.
Yes.
It looks like he's going up right away.
Or the ball, he raises the ball really high. It's an exaggerated, you know, where he takes his time with it. He really gets you to bite on it. He sells it. And it's not just a casual fake where guys go, oh, okay, that's a fake. I'm not going for it.
And Ginobili coming in averaging 8 a game, had 10 against Atlanta. Season high 7 rebounds in the last home game against Portland. Ginobili, his first point of the night on that free throw. He's only had 2 field goal attempts though. Spurs by 21. Lowry against Leonard.
That was a tough one. He's trying to get that one up in the vicinity of Kawhi.
Manu couldn't control it, but it comes off to LA. And Mills brings it across. Lowry 0 of 7 from 3. The rest of the team 3 of 8 from deep.
Beat up on the youngster right here.
Aldridge paying attention to you.
I love it. Listen, you got a rookie on you. I mean, back in the day, if you had a rookie on you, I mean, everybody on the court knew it. And LaMarcus smells blood. He's got a little guy on him, or sorry, a youngster. Go to work on him.
21 for Aldridge now. Foul is called on Nogueira.
There's nothing he could do there. I mean, Patty runs into him and sells the foul.
Fourth personal.
Spurs ball! Spurs will get it back with 3:40 remaining. Corey Joseph checks back in for Kyle Lowry. He's had a frustrating night. 4 points, 4 rebounds, 1 of 8 shooting, and all but one of them a 3-point shot attempt. He's made his only 2. Aldridge from Mills. Rebound off to DeRozan.
Oh, he just needs a tough shot instead of one that's so easy, I guess.
DeRozan averaging 27, 5 boards, 4 assists, had 31 in the Laker win when Lowry went off for 41. DeRozan's held his end tonight, but Lowry, the Spurs have put a blanket on.
That's Pirtle right there. You just have the young players that are adjusting to this league, and you've got to be set. You can't start moving into the defense.
Second personal.
Spurs will bring it back as Toronto looking a bit weary, ending up a 6-game road trip. The Spurs would like to just wear them out here in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
And that's what I was talking about, Bill. You do your work early here, and you keep it on them. They want to get home after a while.
Mills off the iron. Ross brings it back to Joseph. Spurs still 9 of 14 from 3, 64%. Spurs the best 3-point shooting team in the league, and Toronto number 2, but they haven't looked like it tonight as Joseph misses the 2-point attempt. They're 3 of 15. Here's Leonard. Kawhi with 5 threes in the first half, matching a season best. Can't connect on that one. 2:26 remaining. 3rd quarter, winding down as DeRozan continues to roll.
You could just tell as soon as he rose up that ball was good. And he's really impressed me with his silky shooting touch.
3 straight 20-plus point per game seasons for DeRozan. Last year he ended up 8th in the league in scoring. This year he comes in at number 6. Here's Manu, wide open, count it! Manu Ginobili and the Spurs 81-57, their largest lead of the night.
I don't know if Manu's missed a wide open 3 this year. I mean, I know that he has, but God, every time he's got the ball on the perimeter, it looks like he's going to make it.
Leonard leading the break. To Mills, to Aldridge for the dunk, and a timeout. Raptors, the Spurs pulling it on.
The little guy taking care of the dog. The little guy is taking care of the big. Kawhi Leonard in the open court. It's 4-on-1, basically. Corey Joseph's overwhelmed here. It's time to have some fun. Unselfish play there from Patty.
As they are shooting 54% from the floor, and Leonard and Aldridge with 48 points combined. What is that, 19 of 28 from the floor?
Oh, when's the last time we had two guys that scored 30 in a game? Still within reach.
Joseph backs out with 8 on the shot clock, guarded by Mills. Hurdle, and he's fouled by Dedmon.
Good foul. Talked about Pirtle shooting about 50% from the foul line this season. Instead of getting a big dunk.
Corey Joseph setting him up, popped some kind words about the former Spur, talking in the pregame with some of the media folks. Maybe he needs to go to that youth basketball league.
The Spurs Youth Basketball League teaches kids teamwork and dedication in a positive and safe environment, and you can learn to shoot free throws. Help support the league by ordering a large one-topping stuffed crust pizza for $11.
Hungry. That's what we are.
I'm hungry.
Yes. Pizza Hut trying to take care of you on and off the court. Here's Simmons. We approach the 1-minute mark. 9 on the shot clock. Taken away by Pirtle. Corey Joseph pushing here. All the way to the hole. Couldn't finish. Dedmon the rebound. Joseph nearly got it back. Simmons for Manu. Off to Mills.
Don't get too quick with it. Don't get too cute.
Get a layup from David Lee as Manu throws him a bullet.
Yes, he does. I got a little nervous when that ball got swung around to Manu. I knew the way the game was going. We already just turned the ball over last time down the floor. I knew there was a crazy pass coming.
Oh, here comes Mills after the interception. Alley-oop. No, Simmons brings it down. Mills. Good day, mate. Feeding one another. That's Patty Mills. And what was I supposed to do?
He saved himself with that one, let me tell you.
We've been showing you the assist story tonight. There's another picture. 25 to 5.
25 to 5. My goodness, that's how you get yourself out to 30? I was about to take my shoes off. That's easy math right there, though.
I hope you don't get any more. On the drive, Joseph tries to lay it off. Shot clock and game clock expire. And that ends the third quarter. Spurs. There's going to be a half second. There's going to be a half second of play here. Beg your pardon.
The way we're Manu to David Lee there underneath. Beautiful pass. Had a lot of sauce on it. But David Lee likes it spicy. Gets himself an easy layup for that last sequence. We've seen a lot of zaniness already. The first half this year to last the entire season. The lob was nowhere close. Jonathan Simmons wisely gives it back to Patty, and he bails himself out with that one.
Well, the Spurs, 29-18 first quarter, 31-23 second, and 28-17 third. It adds up to a 30-point lead, their largest of the night as we go to the fourth. Last touch by Joseph. Spurs will get it back. And you've got Leonard with 25, Aldridge with 23. The Spurs start the fourth quarter with neither on the floor. It is Green, Mills with the ball, Dedmon, Lee, and Simmons.
Yeah, if our guys keep scoring at this clip and getting stopped, I don't think we're going to see LA or Kawhi the rest of the night.
Simmons with 4 seconds. Off the iron, punch back out by Lee, right to Patty Mills.
Give David Lee a lot of credit. He's establishing inside position as Jonathan Simmons went up into that shot.
Green to Dedmon, hands to Simmons. Knocked away. It'll be Spurs ball again. Yeah, remember the Spurs, New Year's in Atlanta, then you come home for a game, head right back out tomorrow to Denver, and come home for another game with Charlotte on Saturday. So you want to get as much rest as you can before you go to the Rocky Mountains. As Green can't hit this one.
And look at Dwayne Dedmon getting in between two defenders and forcing them to knock the ball out of bounds. Our guy's still playing with a lot of energy.
I want to remind you, speaking of that Denver game, there's a time change. That's the correct time there. 8 o'clock right here on Fox Sports Southwest. 7:30 for Spurs Live. So you've got a printed schedule. Get that one on that date. It's 7:30 Spurs Live, 8 o'clock Spurs and Nuggets. And the Nuggets showing some improvement. And they can always be tough in Denver particularly. Here is Mills. Swings it. Nope. Picked off by Ross. And a foul.
I don't care what anybody says. I saw Stan Van Gundy, and he's one of my favorite coaches. I saw him talking about altitude, and he was 1,000% wrong.
Saying no big deal.
He said he didn't believe it. I said, in my mind, I was saying, okay, Stan, you rip off the sweats one of those shoot-arounds and go run the stairs a couple times, and we'll see if there's no altitude in Denver.
Or just run the floor a couple of times. I don't care what condition you're in, right?
That's right. That's right.
You're going to notice a difference
Just go
when
up
you
and
get
down
there.
a couple times. Yeah, absolutely. And you know what's even worse? Surprisingly, is Mexico City. That arena is like at 8,800 feet.
Yeah, Spurs will be down there, what, a week from Saturday?
Yeah.
Boy, that's coming up soon. Yeah.
You run up and down the court a few times, you're not in good shape. You're going to get an instant headache. I promise you that.
Here is Green. Be on the 14th of this month. Danny on the drive. Off the back iron. Simmons.
This group needs a play. They've been a little raggedy here on the offensive end to start off.
Mills. Green knocked away from behind, and a foul is called on Kyle Lowry. Spurs in that first half were 60 points. 52 came from the starters, 8 from the bench. Green thought he was shooting here.
He's trying to sell it.
He'll work a little harder.
Yeah.
Lee gives it off to Simmons. Jonathan with a left hand. Lee with a rebound. Got it.
He's even laughing at that one. That was a low arcing shot that just, the only time it made it above the rim is when it was in.
David shooting 59%, best on the ball club. But he's always shot a high percentage. He doesn't take bad shots.
No, he just kind of tossed that ball in. That last one, though. Oh, Patty didn't know he had numbers.
Simmons lays it up and in. Thought he was fouled.
Well, it's getting about time now for guys like Danny Green. Oh, maybe Danny Green's the only one to.
He's the only starter on the floor.
Yeah, catch a little bit of a breather. It's getting about to be about Davis Bertans and DeJounte Murray time.
Now don't go away. More thrills. Here is Ross with a jumper.
Number 31, Terrence Ross.
And with Toronto's facing, you got a 6-game road trip that ends here tonight. They're going to stay tonight. They'll go home tomorrow, and they play Utah on Thursday, and then they leave again to play Chicago on Saturday. Those one game after you just come home are almost worse than if you had stayed on the road as Simmons scores.
Exactly. Oh, you get a chance to get some fresh clothing.
Joseph to Lowry. And Lowry finally gets another bucket.
What a move, though. What a play there by Lowry. Throwing his body sideways. Trying to make contact with the defense and still flipping that ball off the glass. That was something else.
Lowry's second field goal. And here's Jonathan Simmons doing his thing.
Jonathan Simmons, mental hesitation move there. Beautiful lefty runner off the glass, Spurs by a bunch.
Speaking of Denver, Sean, they're playing Sacramento tonight. Sacramento leading in Denver 69-55. That one early third quarter. Denver led by Danilo Gallinari, Chandler, Jokic, Harris, Moutier, their young lineup for the most part.
DeMarcus Cousins has their number.
He does. Every time he knocks down the three.
Every time he plays against the Nuggets, he puts up big numbers. And Danny Green knocks down another big three ball. And yeah, it's getting out of hand.
Green 2 of 3 from 3 tonight. The last 4 games, he's 58% from 3. And he's just going to add to that tonight. He's now 16 for 27 in the last 5 games from distance. Foul called as Dedmon picks up his third. Davis Bertans is going to check in for Pop and the Spurs. As Joseph to the line. One of the things Pop was talking about Corey Joseph, Sean, before the game was what an example he's made to their organization by his willingness and requesting to play in the D-League. Went back and forth, and I think it was that 13-14 season when he played about 26 games up there. And that's when, not like the light hadn't come on, but he got enough reps that he became a very strong contributor to the big club and helped earn him a phenomenal free agent deal to go to Toronto last year. And he said that message is still being sent to the new players now to say, look what Corey Joseph did and how it made him into a player.
I hope that the guy Corey Joseph is guarding has gotten that to DeJounte Murray, because I'm sure he wasn't pleased going to the D-League, but at the same time, Corey's a great example.
As he picks the pocket of Murray here. And then Murray shows his athleticism, comes back, says, wait just a minute. And then lost the ball on the dribble.
That's okay. He's going to turn it over a few times. He's a young player. But, boy, does he get back in that play. We talk about his length, those long arms. He got it right back. All right, Corey Joseph with solid defense. DeJounte Murray coming back and topping him.
Murray guarding Joseph. To Ross. And Terrence Ross through the bucket. Ross coming in average in 10.8 a game. 5th year out of the University of Washington. Before Murray got there, travel is called on the Spurs as the Spurs turn it over here. Let's check in again with Andrew Monaco.
Bill, Spurs players always wanting to get better. Coming through the tunnel at halftime, Davis Bertans with Chip England, and Davis said, what do you want me to work on? And Chip said, this time I want you to take more 18-footers than 3-point shots to warm up for the second half. We'll see if that will be the case.
Keep an eye on that. Thank you. Powell with it out front. Norman from UCLA like Anderson as Ross hits the jumper. 97-70.
Ross has impressed me. I knew he had a lot of game, though. Look out.
David Lee from Davis Bertans.
Davis has already shown the ability to put the ball on the floor and drop it off, and David Lee gets to show off his leaping ability once again.
Ross continues going with DeRozan to be their main scoring punch. Dozen for Ross. DeRozan sitting with 26 for the moment. Would imagine he is done for the night. Simmons.
Oh, not yet.
David Lee, second attempt.
How about that pass by Jonathan Simmons? Looked like he was in jail and drops it off at the last second. Knew exactly where he wanted to go with it. Oh, you got Kyle Anderson out there on
Powell, right?
Yeah, Norman Powell, and former teammates at UCLA. Norman Powell can get off the ground. They used to call him, he was the A train. It's interesting to see he and Jonathan Simmons, all that athleticism out there on the floor, and Jonathan able to squeeze his pass through, and David Lee with a brilliant finish.
By Dayhill with the one and only Sean Elliott. Danny Green continues his hot three-point shooting. Here's an example.
Well, this is what I've been talking about. Just keep your eye on Danny Green. The action here off the high screen and roll. Denton's going to make a cut. The ball's going to come back to Danny Green. He doesn't have anything. He throws it back out, and then he makes a beeline for the wide-open wing spot. Gets it the first time. It's not there. He's going to give it back. Now watch him sprint to the wide-open spot. He just continues to move without the basketball. He's never caught standing in the same vein as a Rip Hamilton or a Reggie Miller. Yeah, exactly. He is a master mover without the basketball. You watch him, Marco Bellinelli, Patty Mills, those guys, they're never caught standing on the offensive end of the floor. And as a defender, if you're in that situation, we have to guard those guys. It is an absolute nightmare.
Joseph at the free throw line. Our trivia tonight, we were looking for the LeBron and Dirk, 2 of 4 active players lead their current franchise in scoring. Name the other 2.
I was going with Marc Gasol.
Right team, wrong player. DeRozan and Mike Conley replaced Pau Gasol as their leading scorer. At J. Rivs got it right. Congratulations to Joseph Rivera. You get a big fat thank you from us tonight, and well done. And I'm trusting that you didn't look it up, Joseph.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Sean goes, yeah. Realizing that if Sean didn't get it, you had to look it up.
I was going to cheat. I was going to cheat and look on my phone. Decided not to do it. Just relied on the old computer.
Well, I'm actually a little surprised. I was fairly confident of Marc Gasol.
Yeah.
Powell. And the save comes back to Toronto. Well, the Spurs are going to make sure they don't lose back-to-back games for the second time this season, as they took care of the Raptors from the get-go. Impressive move by Corey Joseph. And the thing about Corey, his motor never slows down.
No, it doesn't. And that was a nice, he threw a little hesitation move there. I think it goes to the basket. He can finish with either hand.
Bertans to Murray for three. Powell will bring it back for the Raptors inside 5 minutes remaining. Spurs looking for their 8th consecutive home win. Remember when this team was 4-4 at the AT&T Center? And an unbeaten home December. Popsy and his guys pick it up, and still an amazing 16-3 on the road. Road losses to Chicago, the Clippers, and of course in Atlanta the other night. Powell at the free throw line. It's the first, tonight the second of USA's Salute Night, honoring our military veterans. Military vets save up to 40% on tickets on Salute Night. Make sure you check it out. Log on to spurs.com/salute. Great to see so many military folks in the house this evening.
Oh, we played well for them.
Boy, they were treated early. Spurs jumped on them, led 29-18 at the end of the first quarter, and by 19 points at halftime. 101-77. Murray on the drive. The floater is good.
How about the spin move along the baseline? I just love to watch this young talent out there. Oh, he and Davis Bertans, they have such a tremendous upside.
Powell against Anderson. Rebound to Bertans.
A tough one trying to get that shot over the top of Kyle. Those long arms.
Simmons back to Murray. Tries to give him a little room to operate. Out of bounds.
You got to remember, 1 year in college. So you go back a year and a half ago, and the kid's just coming out of high school.
And you think back to, and look where he is right now, and the level of players that you're going against every night, and in practice, leave alone games, with legends of the game.
That's a huge learning curve.
Joseph, the miss, the rebound off to Murray. Ahead to Kyle Anderson. All over Anderson. Bertans swishes the triple. So much for that 18-footer. He says, hey, Chip, they still give you one more point out here.
Exactly.
Well, you can't pass that up. Bertans 35% from three, but it's been a while since he's hit one. Gets these limited minutes. Oh, my! The Spurs, a season-best 13 block shots with that one, and is that
they said he grabbed the net.
Okay, it's not goaltending, but he grabbed the net.
Yeah, I think it's just inadvertent. I think his arm gets, his hand was in the net.
Yeah.
Just kind of grabbed it. That was a spike. That was a kill.
Joseph hits the free throw.
They have kills in basketball.
The Raptors feel like they got killed tonight.
I mean, straight down.
Oh, my. 106-80. Another reason you stay to the finish. Never know what you're going to see.
It's a fun group out there right now.
So that's officially 12 blocks tonight, which is a new season high, though. Previous best 11 against Houston back in November. The long pass, and Bertans knocks that one away. Oh, mama! Davis Bertans saying Simmons is not the only one that can do those chase down blocks.
What in the world is going on right now?
Second personal timeout on the floor.
These guys are having a block party. They're trying to one-up each other. Davis was like, hey, Dwayne, yours wasn't that impressive. Let me check this one. Check this out. Hold my beer. Let me show you what I can do.
Where? Well, 2:52 remaining in recess here at the AT&T Center, with the Spurs leading by 26, having way too much fun. As Cabolo with it out front, Bruno gives it up, and Dedmon guarding Pirtle and knocked away. 8 on the shot clock on the inbounds here. On the drive is Powell. The Spurs blocked that at the basket.
Well,
maybe
it looked like
he
he held on to it at the last second and tried to find somebody along the baseline.
Here is Jonathan Simmons for 3. Rebound comes off to Siakam. Pascal Siakam, the rookie out of New Mexico State. Van Vliet, another rookie out of Wichita State, with the pass there.
There are 2 minutes remaining.
Bertans. Oh, and he got it up and in quickly there before the shot blockers could arrive. Nice by Davis Bertans.
That was Siakam coming from the other side of the court, who almost comes up with that block. And my spies were correct. In fact, he is like a young Dennis Rodman out there, super active. He's in on every play. But unfortunately, our guys tonight just played way too well.
Van Vliet had it knocked away, and the Spurs come back with it. Here is Murray. Block, got it back. Kicks it out. Bertans sets, fires. Rebound off to the Raptors. By the way, Kawhi Leonard continued a streak that's very impressive. His 67th straight game in double figures tonight. Longest by a Spurs since Tim Duncan in 2007. Wow. Talk about consistency. That's what we all marveled at in Timmy over the years, and Kawhi Leonard has matched that streak tonight with his impressive performance as Kyle Anderson drains the jumper. Leonard tonight with 25, Aldridge 23 to lead the Spurs.
That's pretty amazing. I don't think that streak isn't going to be broken either. He's just so good right now as a player. You see Pirtle getting that little putback. And the way the league rules are now regarding defense, it's going to be impossible to keep Kawhi in single digits.
Final seconds here with it 110-82. Lowry, 114 straight games with 10-plus points. With his effort tonight breaking that, 6 points on 2 of 9 shooting and 0 of 7 from 3. So that streak comes to a halt. That was the 4th longest active streak. Oh, wow. 114 straight double-figure games for Lowry until tonight.
A 6-game road trip and stifling defense will do that to you.
Spurs going to clamp on him. Simmons. Pirtle with a rebound, and a final scoring opportunity would appear here for the Raptors. As the Spurs going to bump it to 12-4 at home and 28-7 on the season as Murray will dribble it out. And the Raptors fall to 23. And the fast break was working tonight. The Spurs were 17 fast break points. That's great for everybody. Keep cheering them on. Every time the Spurs score a fast break point, Break Check donates $20 to the Boys and Girls Clubs of San Antonio. A win for the Spurs and the kids. And W's all the way around tonight Our Bud Light play of the game, Kawhi Leonard getting loose for the stop.
Gets some little help there. Steal from Tony Parker and Danny Green, and Kawhi's off to the races. The signature play right there is the breakaway dunk. Great anticipation there from Kawhi, and he's rewarded.
Spurs 32 assists, sharing the basketball, I guess. 25 from Leonard, 23 points from Aldridge, 15 from Parker, the double-figure scores. The Spurs in a rout. 110-82 bring home the W. Each month, Whataburger giving away a pair of tickets to a Spurs home game. That includes Whataburger delivered to your seats during the game. To enter, log on to Spurs.com and enter keyword WHATAWIN. One grand prize winner will win 4 tickets, Whataburger delivered to their seats, and an autographed Spurs jersey. Yes, the Spurs win. Everybody goes home happy except for Joseph and the Raptors, who finish up their 6-game roadie with a loss to San Antonio. Stay tuned for Spurs Live with exclusive post-game sound, highlights, and analysis right here on Fox Sports Southwest.